Alright, we live here now? Alright. Alright, a little bit of camera shift, a little bit of sound, just a little bit of chaos at the beginning of the scene here, guys.
Chaos, as always, running rampant
Glad to have
on Tuesday Night Modern.
Glad to have you on Tuesday Night Modern. I'm here with handsome John Douglas. Always glad to be next to him.
It's always a treat.
Listen, a highlight of my
I agree.
night.
This is a highlight of my week as well.
I look forward to this. I look forward to Fridays.
Fridays are fun.
Play Friday Night Magic.
Are you looking forward to some standard showdowns?
Yeah, when are the standard showdowns at GameSwap happening? Thursdays?
Who even knows?
Saturdays?
It's a brand new thing.
It is a brand new thing.
We'll find out. And we'll report back to you guys.
Yeah. I'm excited. Here's the thing. They've shifted around the promo cards. We're no longer getting F&M promos.
Yeah.
Which is sad for me as a promo collector. I need more promos to come out. Specifically blue creatures to fill out my cube.
It's happy for me because actively don't like foils. But
Sure.
if they started doing like full art promos, I would have been very sad to see them go again.
Yeah, the foil tokens I think will be good for everybody.
I'm very excited for some foil tokens.
I believe you.
Quick question for chat. Let me know if you guys can hear us.
Yeah.
It's a little bit iffy, kind of in and out.
Yeah, nothing crazy. It might just be our mics. Belfatto's on Scapeshift here, and Paul playing Grixis Death Shadow. I like the Scapeshift player if I'm being honest. I think
You like Belfie?
yeah, I think if Belf plays this correctly, so like a lot of Scapeshift players will be actively looking to like sack that turn 2 what's it called?
Sack Elder.
Sure.
Drive Elder. Snake with Beats
Snake
by
Beats.
Dre.
Right.
Talk about a promo card.
Yeah, that was a great promo.
That was a good one.
But I think here Belf wants to like turn 3 or 4 that card, block a Death Shadow with it, get some time.
Absolutely.
The card represents time here.
Apparently one of us is cutting out. They don't know which is which. Here's the clue. I'm the handsome one.
Right. The deep-voiced handsome devil is John Douglas.
The one with the softer voice is cutting. Which I guess is you.
If you can hear this,
I can't hear this.
you can't hear me?
No.
Alright, if you guys can hear this in the chat, type tuna salad. Tuna salad is the code word for whether or not you can hear me. Oh, I can hear myself now.
Yeah,
That's a good sign.
you're apparently cutting out.
Nope. Yep, in and out. I'm in.
Alright, we'll work on that. In the meantime, I'll bring you some good old-fashioned solo commentary. And you can just imagine what Taylor is saying. So we've got the Search for Tomorrows on the upkeep. Finding himself a mountain. Getting a critical mass of those mountains is very important in this deck, obviously. We've got some cables adjusted.
Test.
He's still very in and out.
Still very in and out.
Alright, let's see what Paul Koerbel has got up his sleeve here. He's got a handful of interaction for creature decks. Not going to do much here. And that's kind of the downfall of this matchup for him, at least in Game 1. Man, Taylor, do you know this Vienna 13 person? Because they are putting you on blast.
No, what are they saying?
I don't even want to read it.
Can I slide the monitor over so I can see it?
I don't... As your friend, I don't think...
Here we go. The one with the cutting out. It's the worst commentary anyway. Alright.
Wow.
Alright, well, I'll just fucking kill myself.
Thankfully, your mic cut out for that one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I do my best.
Yeah, it sounds better for Taylor now.
That's fine.
We just got a full sentence out of you.
Belfie's getting a mountain.
Belfie's getting a full mountain out of his deck.
Yep, I'm just gonna keep stating facts, I guess. Since nobody likes my comments on things that are going on.
Vienna said they were joking and that they love you, and then gave a sad face that is crying.
I'm crying now? Well, I am crying. My heart is very sad.
No, I think they're crying because they're so sad.
Oh, good.
There's your feelings.
Yeah. Sounds good. I feel like I don't...
He's cutting in
and out
less frequently now, but we'll take a look at it in between rounds.
Yep. We'll,
Alright, so we've got a Summoner's Pact for Belfie. Grabs the Primeval Titan, surprising exactly no one. And here we go.
Summoner's Pact is so ridiculous. It just gives whatever creature you find Echo of 2 and a green.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. Alright, so here's Belf getting 2 mountains. Or 2 Valakuts. I don't know why I said mountains, because I'm an idiot and the worst commentator. So
he got 2 mountains, or he's got 2 Valakuts because he's got the 5 mountains already.
Right. So when he searches with next time with this prime time, it's going to be mountains 6 and 7, and so he'll get the maximum number of lightning bolt style triggers.
Speaking of bolts, we got a bolt directed to Belfatto's face, it looks like.
There's a little altered bolt and a terminate in hand here. This terminate is V good.
Man, did he pull that off the top?
I hope not. So playing against decks like Scapeshift, I love it. 2017 being the year of the sideboard, it makes sideboarding really easily.
Oh yeah.
Because you just have a lot of cards that like that don't have targets in his deck.
Like, what are you gonna do with this Fatal Push?
Yeah, I mean, you get a Tri-Belter, I guess, get some damage in, but
man, and this is where
it's not like critical important.
All right, so we've got a Farseek to grab a mountain. Probably a Stomping Ground. I don't know if he's got any other. Oh, that makes sense. Let's see if he's got the mountain in hand. Obviously he does. 6 and 6. 12 is greater than 10. Koerbel bites the dust.
Yep, so what happened there, if you guys weren't clear, is that Belfie searched a mountain with the Farseek.
Got 2 Valakut triggers.
Deals 6 damage, and then played one out of his hand.
2 Valakut triggers.
Right.
Alright, so now we've got the sideboards. We get a much more interactive game 2. Although not a very interactive match still.
So Mike Belfatto is known for playing some really off-the-wall stuff.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he found something in the sideboard here that was just, unheard of. He's a big fan of cards like, what's the 3-mana, 3/3 Eldrazi guy that when exile, you can play it from exile? Eternal Scourge.
Sure.
Just weird, not saying it's in this sideboard, but weird cards like that. I think here he would want, if he could have anything in the world, he would want some discard in order to keep his combo safe. Maybe get ahead of Paul's discard, but
absolutely.
Probably
There's
not.
something that came out that made Bell, if you want to play Scapeshift.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can figure out what it is. We did see a Sweltering Suns, which is pretty cool.
All right.
That might be new. There's a little talk in chat about whether it's better than Anger or not. Anger, obviously, exiling is huge in the current meta, so...
Right.
Who knows, but... Belfie's playing this for some reason.
So, it's important to note that Mike won a PPTQ, on Sunday.
Oh, he won that one.
He did win the limited PPTQ, and this disqualifies him for future PPTQs in the modern format. So he could be just buffeting the modern format until the Pro Tour.
That's true.
Or the RPTQ, rather.
That's very reasonable. What did he win the PPTQ with? Oh, it was limited.
It was a limited, so he drafted the best 40-card deck in the top 8. His sealed deck was actually insane.
Actually insane.
He had like 27 cards that like I would be proud to play in a sealed deck. And so he just got to cut the 4 that he thought were ugly. And still win the tournament.
He probably didn't choose them because they were ugly.
Concur. I'm assuming he had better reasons than that. He soloed that PPTQ. Usually he keeps a child near him at all times. I heard it's a good luck charm. I hope he brings Jace to the Pro Tour if he goes.
Oh my. I think it's in Kyoto, isn't it? This one qualifies for Kyoto?
No, they're going to play one in Kyoto starting on...
Oh, no, that's right. Sorry.
Thursday night at 8 o'clock is 9 a.m. well, that's 9 a.m. in Tokyo. I assume all of Japan is in the same time zone.
It's Japan Standard Time. It's JST.
Oh, do they have one time zone, JST?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. Well, I'm not a weeb enough to know that, so...
Here we are.
Here we are.
I looked it up today.
I looked it up today as well,
and
or 2 days ago.
+9, and we're -5. Right?
Well, I did a Google ask. I said, Google, if it's 9 a.m. in Tokyo, what time is it here?
No, it's always a different child, Vienna.
Oh, yeah, he abducts one every time.
That's why it's helpful to have these mall PPTQs. Much easier to abduct a child from the mall than
No,
from
he doesn't abduct a child. It's his child.
That he is named Jace.
Yes. His wife let him do this.
You know what? It's fine. Everything's fine.
I wonder if Paul has... have you seen this edition of Claim to Fame out of the new set in this
Yeah.
Grixis Death Shadow deck?
It's a solid one-of. It's very good when you draw the one-of, but very bad if you ever have multiples. So you can only really afford to play one, but it's very sweet.
Yeah, it's a nice one. I like even just being able to claim without faming. But claim to faming like out of nowhere is awesome. So he gets Thoughtseize for the key card here. Yep.
So it depends on what's in his hand. That might not be the right call. Because he's not going to cast the Scapeshift next turn.
Right.
But he's definitely going to cast this Current Tri-Belter next turn.
That's interesting.
So, I mean, that might not be as easy a call as he's saying. Man, he's got the Spell Pierce too. Yeah, I would have totally taken the Current Tri-Belter.
So you're not... Oh, gosh, he's got Negate for the next big spell. So you're not going to cast Scapeshift on 4?
Right.
You cast it on 7, so you can pay through a Spell Pierce.
Kind of.
Alright, kind of it is.
So, like, you can cast it on 6 after, like, a Farseek. Like, that's a very real thing that happens a lot.
Okay.
And in that case, you can get Spell Pierced. Especially since Paul's hand is a Death Shadow, which is now a 4/4. So, I mean, there will be pressure here.
There will be blood.
There will be blood.
Here's a Tireless Tracker. I played against a version of the Scapeshift deck that was packing main deck Chandra Flamecaller. The 4 mana, is it the 4 mana one? Or Torch of Defiance, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Torch of Defiance is 4.
With 4 abilities. And she was very good.
Ooh, that's good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's a deal.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. He's deciding whether or not he's going to get a clue here. Okay, so by sacking the Secure Tri-Boater here, he's going to generate a clue with the Tireless Tracker.
Pretty heads-up play. Willing to take the 4 damage here. I worry that it may become 6 or 7, and that's where the danger comes in.
Yeah, I think Belfi realizes, though, that he's not going to win the game by blocking Death Shadows.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to draw into more action. Because last we looked, his hand didn't have anything but lands in it.
True.
I got a Farseek now. I see one. Alright.
Man, Paul neglects to play the Death Shadow.
The second Death Shadow, yeah. Which could just literally end the game if you draw a fetch land.
Well, he's got a fetch land. So, I mean, if he pops the fetch land before damage, shocks himself, goes to 6, this Death Shadow's an 8/8, takes him down to 10, plays the second one, and that's way more than lethal. I mean, I understand wanting to protect your life total in this matchup, particularly, but if you've got the kill, you got to take it.
Yeah. I guess you have to think about
another Tribeller, man.
How many?
So he's got another Watery Grave. Eight is the same as 9 in this deck. 6 is much less than 9.
Correct. 6 is one less trigger from the Valakut.
So how many mountains does he have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, just prime time and you're dead now. I'm not a huge fan of this. Well, I guess prime time and you're dead anyway with Sakura Tribeller on the field.
Right. Well, no, he needs prime time to get Valakut Mountain, and then the Sakura Tribeller to get Mountain.
Yeah, and then
he's dead. So any Primeval Titan, he's dead.
But he could have gotten Valakut, and then sacked the Sakura Tribeller and also done 6, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of different combinations you can get there.
Which is why it's surprising that he opted to go down that far and not on the attack.
I wonder if Belfatto just doesn't block here, knowing his out is Sakura Tribeller, or his out is Primetime.
It's a very strong possibility, and I mean, odds are he has a land in hand.
All right.
Of note, Belfi at 14, this Death Shadow can never be that big.
Right.
Now that the rules change have taken into place.
Oh, with Platinum Angel, you used to be able to make it bigger?
Yes, and Reclamation, or Phyrexian... Unlife.
Well...
But now, stuck at a 13-13 if you're at 0 life.
I guess I'm going to have to change my Platinum Angel Positive Interaction EDH deck. That's a mistake. You had to target Kolaghan's command here.
Yeah, targeting Kolaghan's command would have been great. It would have got your Death Shadow through, which is wonderful, but it also takes out the Sakura Tribuilder.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal here.
Which turns off... Okay, so Belf's going to block.
Which tells us that he's got a land in hand, which is totally reasonable. His out is prime time. I don't know if he has one in hand, and he may just be trying to draw into one.
Yeah. So you'll notice that Belfi gets exactly a forest here. If he chooses to get mountain, I think it reduces his draws. There's definitely scenarios where you're playing the Scapeshift deck and you run out of mountains in the deck, and you can't win.
They're asking if you would run Phage in your Platinum Angel Interaction EDH deck.
Absolutely.
Would you run it with Sneak Attack?
Yeah, 1000%.
Draws an extra card. Uh-oh. It wasn't a prime time, but I do believe we've got a Platinum Emperion on the horizon.
Are we serious? Oh man, that's super interesting. Here's 4.
Here we go. Madcap Experiment.
Yeah, you paid 2 on that, sure.
Yeah,
right.
He had the negate in hand.
Paul's a little frustrated here.
And he decided to Spell Pierce instead.
Okay, so Madcap Experiment is going to roll through Belfi's deck until he finds a Platinum
Emperion. And normally he would take a bunch of damage, but Platinum Emperion makes it so that he takes none instead.
Right. You normally take damage equal to the number of cards you have to reveal. But Platinum Emperium's a unique Magic the Gathering card.
There's the Salt. Thank you, chat, for representing the Salt.
Oh, do we have Salt emoji?
We have a Salt emoji in chat. I'd like a Punt +1 counter as well.
Oh,
if we could.
Man. Is that a thing we can get?
That's fully what we need. Yeah.
So here's Madcap Experiment, and I'll read you Platinum Emperion. Life totals can't change.
Your life total can't change.
So here's the thing: if Paul has land Snapcaster Mage, and he can get back Kolaghan's command, killing the Platinum Emperion,
I don't think he even wins then.
he gets to deal him 8,
A bunch
9,
of damage,
10?
but Belfi has survived this turn.
Belfi is, the 6th member of Destiny's Child. He's a survivor, not gonna give up. Rough, pretty rough there. All right,
How did we get up to 6? Is what I want to know.
I think there were 5 because they rotated people in and out.
I don't think they did. I think there were just 3.
Well, okay, so there's only
6 mana. Here's the prime time, and that'll be it.
Oh, so he prime times him. Madcap Experiment.
Well, there you go.
Does the deal. This is an interesting hybrid deck. I mean, the Madcap Experiment deck was like a deck a long time ago when that card first came out.
Right.
But leave it to Belf to hybrid 2 decks together.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a solid sideboard option in any deck that can run red, and you need an answer to some of the more aggressive decks. A little bit suspect here, given the fact that Grixis Death Shadow tends to run 2 to 3 main deck Kolaghan's commands.
Yeah.
But
he probably doesn't have a ton of action against this deck in the sideboard.
Right.
So bringing in like the 3 cards necessary here doesn't dilute his main game plan down too much and gives him like another angle that maybe they're not going to see.
Absolutely. Well, I must say in that second round your audio issues cleared up significantly, which was great.
Concur.
We got everything under control. We survived the chaotic open.
That's all right.
The stream is lying. It's not round 1 of 5. It's round 1 of 4. But other than that,
we'll be back here in about...
Everything looks amazing. We'll be back here in 30 minutes for round 2 of 4.
On Top Deck Productions.
Thanks for watching Top Deck Productions, your home for live weeknight Magic the Gathering. We'll be back with more live Magic shortly, so stay tuned. Don't forget to follow us here on Twitch to be notified of when we go live. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe as well. You can also check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/TalkTechProductions, on Twitter at twitter.com/TalkTechProds, and YouTube at youtube.com/TalkTechProductionsStream.